Hey guys, everyone who's here. Sure. Hi, who have we got? Andrew. Hi, how's it going? Xander. Ahoy. Hello from Peru. Wow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry it's been so long since the last one. I'm good. I've been busy. I just got back from the Congo. I've had gigs here in South Africa and Zambia and Namibia in the last few weeks. You know, it doesn't seem like it's that far to travel, but those routes are actually a mission. A lot of sitting around and a lot of small flights between places. I mean, when I came back from the Congo on Thursday, it was 13 hours of straight travel. You can get to Europe in a direct flight in the same amount of time. So how's everybody doing? What's everyone's plans for the weeks? How have your weeks been? Tell me all the things. Getting worried about me. Yeah. Well, I almost didn't do this tonight either. I logged in to start streaming and I just couldn't remember how any of this worked. Nothing seemed to work, so it was pretty stressful. I meant to start about an hour ago and that didn't happen. So I'm happy to be here. I'm having a little drink. I've got nowhere to be tomorrow morning, so no judging. I'm gonna try this out. Hopefully the sound still works. You don't even, I mean, I'm sure maybe some of you do understand. This stuff is not for sissies. I can read the comments, so while I'm playing, if anything sounds super shit, just tell me. You're welcome for my performances. Thanks for wanting to see them. I'm glad I figured it out too, and I think the trick is to do it a little more regularly, this live streaming thing, so I don't forget it for next time, and it's not rocket science every freaking time that I try do it. Have I cooked any nice food lately? I made chicken pie for dinner. Does that count? And I made pancakes for breakfast. Or crepes, sorry. Rather, not like American big pancakes, like crepes with cream, fresh cream and strawberries and lemon and syrup and cinnamon sugar. Yeah, it was pretty good. I do like my crepes, sorry. Do you call them crepes? Do you guys call them pancakes or crepes? I guess Americans call pancakes, what? We call them flapjacks. But I don't know if that's actually British or if it's wrong. So yeah, anyway. Can I post that strawberry? Sure. My mom, who's actually watching, jinxed me, and the last 3 times that I've made pancakes, they've not worked. Just because when she was last here, we made a mistake and they didn't work. So now I'm not going to tell her which version of which recipe I'm using, but I'll share it with the rest of you, so she can't jinx my my pancakes again. Crepes, yes, crepes, exactly. Call them both. Cool. There is a difference between crepes and pancakes. Exactly. There definitely is. I'm going to be on that one for a while. Thick pancakes, thin crepes. Yeah, that's a great way. But Saint, you're from the UK. What do you call flapjacks? Or what are flapjacks to you? Dad says drop scones is another name for flapjacks. Ah, okay, yeah. True that. Okay, Xander, see? That's what I mean by pancakes. Rolled up. Then should have called this stream the pancake stream. Okay, fine. Okay, everybody, I made crepes for breakfast. I didn't make pancakes. I made crepes. Strawberries and whipped cream, exactly. That was breakfast. I call flapjacks dinner. I like that. I'm still talking about pancakes. I don't like maple syrup, so I'm not going to agree with them drowning in maple syrup. Such an interesting performer. Tell us more about yourself. What would you like to know? When I talk about myself, we end up talking about the differences between pancakes and crepes for an hour. You could have that conversation about pancakes and crepes. Just scroll up. Thought that this time around I would play you some of the pop stuff that I've been playing at the last few gigs, just because I've been playing it so it's kind of current-ish. I think I'm going to play not like a super current song, but I've never made a cover of it, and so you guys will never have heard me play it before. And Dua Lipa, like at least 2 years old. Let's see if this works. Promising. Cool, let's do this. I'm busy finishing off my next video and my next song. Got the masters back a couple of days ago and it sounds great to me, and just been editing all day, but South Africa's having load shedding, which for those of you who don't know what that means, power outages for a couple of hours, sometimes multiple times a day. So that's happened twice today and twice yesterday. Takes a lot of your working energy hours out of you. I'm hoping it'll come out probably in the next 10 days. We're busy grading it. It's monster project. We filmed it in Zambia in May, without giving everything away. Some of you will know that already, where I filmed it, but pretty epic location. So it's the first time I've actually been quite nervous about editing, because I feel like I have to do the location justice, and Vaughan wrote an amazing track. There's a long story to go with that I'll give in a behind the scenes video. So yeah, all of it together, I'm excited for it to come out, and you'll start seeing sort of promo about that in the next few days. Tomorrow probably, actually. Yay, hi Mom, you hear me, that's good. Hi Linda Papier. Oh, Mom having your own chats here. One of these days she's going to start her own live stream, probably overtake me. Is there anything you guys want to ask me? Any questions you have for me? This is the time to ask them, or you can just ask my mom questions. Same. Drink more wine. Yeah, probably necessary. Good morning, Mad Rangadang. Just to make you feel great about your Monday, I'm drinking. That's kind of weird that you're waking up. Exactly. Drinking wine is hydration. Practically fruit salad. Fine, I am enjoying my wine. Thank you very much. I did not have a Friday night or any other night, so this is my Friday night. I've felt a lot more comfortable this stream. Hey, maybe that's the wine. That was the secret, right? Definitely the wine. Is that my favorite type of wine? Yeah, nice crisp Sauvignon Blanc. But I like most wine. I'm gonna play you a song, another cover. I actually feel like I missed the boat on this one, that I should have done a video for it, like last year sometime, because it's about a year old now. I feel like it's been too long now to do anything about it. But because I haven't done anything about it, this is the first time that any of you will be hearing this. So yeah, that was Don't Go Yet, Camila Cabello. That's a lot of fun. I really like it. I have some gigs coming up. Unfortunately, none of them that I can think of are public. I even have a trip to Austria next month, which should be fun. I haven't been there in like 11 years. It was actually the first place I ever went in Europe. My first European gig back in 2011. So it's pretty cool to be going back to Vienna. Am I touring North America or America anytime soon? No, not that I have any plans to. I get asked that quite often, and no, I don't have any plans to, but you never know what happens, what's around the corner. I didn't know I was going to Congo like 2 weeks ago, so you never know what happens in this crazy job that I do. I know, I'd love to see more of you, I mean in general. Not that person specifically, I mean all of you guys. Am I still performing in the air? No, I don't do aerial stuff anymore. I stopped that in like 2018, I want to say. Yeah, 2018. I don't know, I kind of done it for quite a few years and felt like I'd been there, done that. It's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of extra admin involved in doing that sort of performance, which wasn't always necessarily worth it. So yeah, no, I don't do aerial stuff anymore. Tried playing any other instruments before or singing? No. Yes, I sang on the Teresa's tour very quietly. There's actually a video where someone said something about like, oh, Caitlin can't sing. And I'm like, that's really funny because I'm not even singing in that video. But no, I can't. I'll give them that. Even though you couldn't hear me, I can't sing. But yeah, I had to add to the chorus. Let's put it that way. And whenever I was uncomfortable, there was a lot of miming happening. But have I ever played any other instruments? I can sort of half play saxophone. You knew that? Didn't know that? Now you do? I'm not as comfortable on it, obviously, as I am on the violin. And I think I just did a few too many gigs where they were like shredding jazz saxophonists, and I am not a shredding jazz saxophonist. And I just felt sort of like out of my depth, and I didn't want to fake it. So yeah, I've like Vaughan also played sax, so we have two saxophones sitting here in our studio. I also dabbled with viola briefly, but not enough to consider myself a violist. So no, violin is me and no singing. No. I think I'm gonna play you an original. I've been playing this at a few gigs now. And you know, we actually wrote this one with the intention of it being something really easy that could always just fit into whatever the vibe was. And it's working out to be just that, so it's pretty cool. But the last few times that I've played it, I've actually found, I feel like I did record the harmony when we recorded, and then we decided against putting it in the final. But it's quite nice to be able to play it live, because I always kind of feel like, what's the point of playing live if you're going to just do exactly the same as the recording? So yeah, maybe if you know Ismira well enough, then you'll recognize some new harmonies, or realize there are some new harmonies. Enjoy! It's funny that you asked that. Was that my voice in Back from the Beyond? I was just thinking that I also do it, hey, in Back from Beyond, and this one too. And I think they're different heys. Yeah, that's about the extent of my vocal talent. Hey, what's my favorite genre of music? Ooh, that's difficult. I consider myself like quite a pop head. I like anything super catchy. And so that kind of translates into, even in like metal or R&B, whatever, I kind of am always just drawn to anything that has a really good catchy melody. But my current absolute favorites, I freaking love Ghost. So that's kind of like arena glam rock, and that's just, I don't know how it gets better than that. I think it's just so cool, so catchy and so huge. What show am I watching? Ooh, it's so exciting to have House of the Dragon and Lord of the Rings. What's that? Just Lord of the Rings, you know what I'm talking about. Feels like it's been no shows forever. So it's super cool to have both of them going. And I'm liking House of the Dragon so far. I wasn't convinced about, what's the lead, Rhaenyra initially, but then she grew on me very quickly. But it's very hard to replace Daenerys. Sorry, I'm gonna keep nerding out, so let's not get too deep into Game of Thrones. Rings of Power, there we go. You knew what I was talking about. Ooh, Devil in Ohio, about a girl who escapes a demonic cult and joins a normal family. Goodness, sounds interesting. Here's your burning question. How did I lean so far back in my steampunk videos? It is a good question, because that corset was freaking uncomfortable. Proper steel-boned corset. I've never been so uncomfortable on a shoot as I was in those. It was so hot. And yeah, I actually was like dizzy at one point. I needed to sit down because it was sucking the life out of me. So I don't know how I was leaning so far back. Maybe the corset was too tight. How do I come up with the ideas for my costumes? Usually either just look through what I have already, and if I haven't worn it in a video, consider wearing it in a video or tweak stuff. But yeah, I started learning how to sew in March, so more recently I've been sort of making my own stuff up, or like adjusting stuff that I had. Like I had a gig last Saturday, and on the morning I was like, I like the skirt, but I don't love it. And so I cut a huge slit in it, and I sewed it all up and made it look like it was meant to look like that, which was pretty cool to be able to do that. Have I ever had a psychic reading? When I was much younger, we came on holiday to South Africa. We went to Durban, and there was a psychic. Was she a psychic? Because my mom's still there. Or was it cards? Anyway, and all we all remember was her telling me that I would travel a lot. So she wasn't wrong. Might have also just been a good guess because we weren't from South Africa, so I was already traveling. But yeah, I'm sort of into that sort of stuff, other realms and psychic stuff. I'm a Piscean, and they say if a Piscean tells you not to get on a plane, don't get on the plane. So I often have those sorts of feelings. How's life in South Africa when not working? And life in South Africa is good. If not everything you read in or see in the media is true, but obviously it's very different depending on, which side of the poverty line you are. Yeah, it's extremely imbalanced is the sort of term I'm looking for. It's just the haves and the have-nots here. It's quite intense. My summer is indeed coming up, but not fast enough. It's still freaking freezing. Yeah, so cold still. Might not look it because I'm in short sleeves, but it's really cold. We don't have like central heating. We don't have like double glazed windows or anything. So when it's cold here, we feel the cold. Rain sideways in Cape Town is notorious for its wind. So it's pretty bleak. What do I consider freezing? Pretty much anything below like 25 degrees Celsius is cold to me. When they're like 23 degrees is optimal hospital room temperature. I'm like, is it though? Oof, grey, wet morning, story of my life at the moment. I only put this in my playlist because I played it a couple of nights ago and it was actually fun to play. and it's kind of been rugby fever here in South Africa. And this was not rugby related, but this track was the World Cup anthem when the FIFA World Cup was here in South Africa, and that was Shakira and Freshly Ground Waka Waka. Kicking it back to 2010. Feel free to sing along if you know the words, because obviously I can hear you. Alrighty, that was Waka Waka. I always feel a bit like some sort of radio host when I'm like, that was Waka Waka with the weather. Yes, it was 12 years ago already. That's crazy, right? I'd been in South Africa for 3 years at that stage, and I had a gig during, I think it was the opening match actually, in like a fan park right behind the stadium. So I have a pretty cool official FIFA tag somewhere. This is Ed Sheeran. Shivers? Shivers? Yeah, Shivers. I'm trying to think of the lyrics there, and it's like, you don't give me the shiver, you give me the shivers, right? Where are your songs of adventure? Gosh, that feels like a lifetime ago. Do I still work with my partner from Songs of Adventure? Couldn't tell if he was my friend, brother, or boyfriend. Back then he was my boyfriend, and then I went and married the guy. So yeah, we still work together. Smoke a doobie, drink some wine, and wing it. I mean, 2 out of 3. My studio is totally a barn. My door's cool, hey? But that actually leads out to what used to be an open balcony that's now a closed-in balcony, and basically like our lounge base. Wow, my eyesight's bad. I thought you said you were having 8-minute noodles. I was like, wow, that's a long time. They're 3-minute noodles. My upstate New York accent. I'm like the least American sounding person. I don't know anything about the differences in states though, so. Why are you so good at it? So normal. Ha! Thanks. Normcore, my middle name. Cool, welcome. Thanks for being here. I'm glad you think I'm normal. Gotta move the plant, you can't see my face. Maybe that's was my plan. So there's something wrong with my mic? Maybe it's just that I mumble. Bye everybody. Keep an eye out for hints of Land of Freedom, my new song coming out soon. Have a good week. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Thanks for being here, guys. Bye.